I'm London, welcome back to my channel, and Konami has unleashed the wrath of God on the metagame. Orcus hit, Sky Striker hit, Salamangreat hit for literally no reason, Thunder Dragons hit, but worst of all, Pendulum hit. Now where was I during the ban list? Why didn't I post a reaction video? Well, I was busy getting dropped on my head. You know how it is. With all of that, as you can imagine, I'm feeling pretty beat up. I'm in a lot of pain. It's the following Sunday. My grandmother was always a little disappointed in me when I told her I wanted to get dropped on my head for money. But the important thing is, while I was traveling around, I managed to pick up some new cards, some things that I've wanted to add to the deck for some time. Because I'm all analog, baby. I don't go online and play Nexus or Dueling Book or anything like that because I don't believe that that makes you a better player. You have to interact with people in real life and recreate the environment of an actual competition, and those types of programs don't actually let you do that. And especially the ones that give you prompts of when you can and cannot activate cards, those make you a worse player because you become reliant on them. Duel Links and Blink Evolution both do this, and it does not make you a better player. So, what did I pick up? A few Bunkuku, I think that's how you say it, 3 of those. More Time and Star Pendulum Graphs. Another Wisdom Eye Magician, so I'm up to 3. Performer Foul Pendulum Sorcerer. I think there's some synergy there with the new Celestial, Performer Pal Magician and Magician Souls. And some, for now, Secret Tech. So I'm going to keep experimenting with the strategy I was already building. You guys knew that I was prepared for this. And truthfully, I'm not too worried about it because my deck wasn't functioning the same way as everyone else's was. And I will post the deck list once I'm more certain that this is a for sure thing. Yes, I've come in first place at one locals. And then again, I came in second at the other. So I believe there is something there. It's just I want to make sure this is consistent and that I can believe in it before I give it to you guys. I'm going to practice throughout the week until Thursday when this will be posted, and post some updates throughout the week and see what we come up with.
6.5 hours later.
So after a whole bunch of playtesting, unfortunately, I've come to the conclusion that the Magician build I was using and hoping to use going forward is not going to work, so I have to make a lot of changes. These are cards I'm taking out, these are cards I'm keeping. That's it. This is all that's staying, unfortunately. Everything else has to go. Time to start from scratch.
Day 2.
Okay, so I played with this Crowley First Prophecyr spellbook engine that Triff used to top in Toronto. And I just don't think it's resistant enough because of its fragility and vulnerability to Ash Blossom. There's so many opportunities for them to just hit you with Ash Blossom and just game end you right there. And sure, you might be able to, I don't know, link up into Appaloosa, but by that time you've already expended at least 3 cards to get to that point. And now you have 2 left in your hand, and they better be good cards. Otherwise, sure, you have the Appaloosa, but somebody drops in permanence on your Appaloosa, and then it has no negates. And I found that would happen. So I decided to revert back to what I was doing before on my Magicians, and even focus more on that. And I think I've come up with a few more ingenious ways to get the Jackal King out first. And like I said before, you probably only need 3 or 4 negates plus the trap card. In fact, sometimes you just need the trap card. Especially because I feel that the format coming up is going to be very trap heavy. We are going to see a lot of decks like Altergeist, like Subterror, like Paleo Frogs that are just going to set 4 and then pass, and that's it. And with that trap removing 2 of their traps on their turn and on my turn, and probably generating me advantage, special summoning monsters, like whatever, just by activating my own trap card and getting rid of 2 of theirs, it's just going to generate me a lot of advantage. And as for Burning Abyss, you can body bag Burning Abyss easy. I don't know why everybody thinks that this deck is bound for a comeback, because you can make Abyss Dweller and pass, and it's game over for them. I call it Abyss Dweller FTK because I did it 5 times in a row, play testing against my friend. I had 4 negates, the trap, and then Abyss Dweller, pass. Abyss Dweller is all I needed. I never needed another negate because it's game over for them. So I have no idea why this deck is being hyped up, but my advice to anybody who's struggling against Burning Abyss, Abyss Dweller, pass, and it's Abyss Dweller FTK. So again, I'm gonna go back to Magicians, gonna practice some more.
You can tell from her eyes, she knows the boys won't agree with her. Then a thought hits her like
1 eternity later.
Well, Thursday, and I've got nothing, guys. Nothing I've tried has worked out to a successful degree that I would like. Even Triff's build that he topped Toronto Regionals with the Crowley and the Spellbook engine, it's too fragile. If you don't happen to have your scales set, let's say you have 1 in scale and you have, I don't know, 2 counters on Servant, you've created the Crowley, you don't have a high scale and you need that draw, somebody ashes you, you're stuck with no scales, a Crowley on board, and then if you're lucky, you have another monster, and that's it. So, I don't know. I encounter a problem with the Magicians that you need to draw a very specific, not even necessarily specific, but it's difficult to draw the right number of pieces. You need, if you can get the Magicians, that's great. If Nibiru wasn't a thing, we'd be able to just play in Magicians and everything would be fine. But Nibiru is a thing. And it's very difficult to guarantee that you're going to get the Jackal King on there one way or the other. But again, it depends on how your localized meta develops. Like for me, it's become very back row heavy. Everybody is setting 4 and then passing for just riveting gameplay. But I have not figured out, but I'm going to show you guys how I deal with that exact situation. Okay, so what we're going to do is set up a very simple game state. We got the Topologic Trisbania and then Magister of Endymion. Let's put 3 counters on the Citadel. Now I pass turn. My opponent sets their 5 cards, 4 or 5 cards. I activate Magister's effect. In their end phase, special summon. Let's just choose Reflection to bounce. If they did field a monster, it would bounce it back. And then banish all of their back row and the Reflection. Now your opponent is completely disarmed and they're unable to react to this effect because they cannot activate trap cards that were set this turn. So it's an easy GG against those decks. Going first. Going second, you're gonna have to get lucky with your siding. Something like Red Reboot, Twin Twisters, Cosmic Cyclone. If you have it, the Lightning Storm, things like that. Great Trunade, Giant Trunade. Good luck, guys. Let me know what you're using. Let me know how your localized meta develops. And I'll try and update you again later when I found something. But for now, I don't even know what I'm gonna play. Am I gonna start playing set 5 pass? Probably not, because I hate that. My Yu-Gi-Oh spirit is broken.